Hey everyone, you're listening to and watching Superheroes Speak. And I'm your host, Dave.
And John.
I'm JD with a new mic. Isn't it cool?
It is beautiful.
And boys and girls, we have so much to talk about this week. We're gonna skip a couple of our normal segments, but first off, how's everyone doing? How are you doing, JD?
I'm really good, man. I'm really good, man. Yeah, the official announcement went on with the with our high tension Japanese wrestling podcast. It's getting some really good retweets and stuff like that, and some good press. So I'm excited to get that venture going. You know, now I'm doing 3.5 podcasts, so it's pretty. I don't know if I'm a pro in this yet, but I'm having fun.
Are you getting paid?
Yes.
Then you're a pro.
Oh, sweet deal. All right. Pro.
Nice.
How about you, John? Are you a pro yet?
Well, in code, yes, probably. I will say though that I am dead, and I am dead because today I got Harvest Moon by J.D. Alba, and a bullet to use once I finish the book to make sure the job's done.
John got the whole kit and caboodle because he let me kill him in his book. He got all 5 novels plus the audiobook, plus the Schnitzelblack, the ebook, plus the fake silver bullet. So
all 5, JD. Mm-hmm. I only got 4 here. Did I miss one?
Oh, I owe you a book. Oh. I shorted you a book. Let me look at that one more time. Yeah. I shorted you a book. My bad.
Well, it's okay.
It's okay. It's only John.
What book did I short you? Oh, I forgot to give you the first book in the series. My bad. That'll go in the mail. That'll go in the mail tomorrow.
Oops. No worries.
You're a busy man.
So anyway, podcasts. Yeah. Otherwise, than being other than being dead, I'm really enjoying Queen's Gambit, and and all of the, as we will talk about. Even I heard about all of these announcements made by Disney over the past week. So
I cannot wait for you to find out how dead you truly are.
Oh, good. Oh, yes. Yes. It should be painful and glorious.
That's why you forgot the book, because he's dead. I mean,
I'm living. I forgot the book.
Well, I would like to actually, read the first book so I can work my way up to being dead.
No, you die in the first book, the spin-off series. I forgot to give you the first book of the spin-off series.
Oh, I die. So I'm not.
You die in Harvest Moon. You die in Harvest
Moon. Okay.
The stuff that comes post-mortem. Give me a week.
Oh, no worries. So yeah, that's how I'm doing. How you doing, Dave?
I'm doing okay. I got my Christmas shopping finished, I think.
My living room looks like Santa threw up in it. I'm going to be wrapping presents for the next week.
Did Santa eat the presents?
No. I don't know. If the presents are like a really bad tamale, then yeah, I guess.
No such thing, man.
So yeah, that was that's about it. There's not much going on.
Well, it's Christmas season. What are you going to do, right?
Yeah, if only there was some exciting news to talk about. Oh, before we get into that, let's real quick. Mandalorian. We now got 3 possible cosplays for Boba Fett. We got the original. No, 4. I'm sorry. Original. You got him just in the robe. You got him with the robe and the scratched up armor, and now the repainted armor.
When did Boba Fett have time to repaint his armor?
That was my question. I don't know why they did it.
Personally, I like battle damaged Boba Fett better.
I kind of agree. I mean, granted, it's not very Mandalorian-esque to walk around with some battle damaged armor, but I like the look.
Yeah, I mean,
aesthetic.
He walked around in Empire and Return of the Jedi with damage on the armor. Not as bad as it was by the time I got to Mandalorian.
No, but now it bothers him.
But
Maybe Mando was like, you can't be walking around with looking like that. I can see Mando being that kind of guy.
But wait, think about what effect is it? What has the better effect? Walking into a bunch of stormtroopers with nice, bright, shiny armor, or walking into a room with a bunch of stormtroopers with guts hanging off of it and blood everywhere and scratches and laser dents and it
doesn't have guts and stuff unless the marshal was out there executing people with it. Like,
well, I mean, there's probably still some of the sand dragon left on it.
That's true. That's a good point.
But he still left the dent in the helmet even after he repainted.
That helmet's meant to be dented. It just is. Speaking of Boba Fett, I see him hanging out over your shoulder there.
Oh, hanging up. Yes. Shout out to Greg Horn because that's a piece he did years ago. And it's, of course, Boba coming out of the Sarlacc pit after he got eaten. And because he's like, he didn't think that was how Boba should have died.
One could say it's a pretty little prophetic piece.
Yeah.
Yes. So, Greg, if you're listening, it might be worth more money now. So,
nice.
Up those prices at the cons.
to eBay. Yes.
All right. And that is going to be the only shout out this week because we've got so much to talk about. But for future reference, if you're listening and you want to be a part of Social Media Madness, here's Don to tell you how you can follow us on social media.
Enjoying the show? Want to be part of Social Media Madness? Make sure you're following superheroespeak.com where you can find all of the social media links for the show at the top of the page. While you're there, check out previous episodes of the podcast as well as other great content. And check the site often because we are posting great comic book reviews as well as other comic book and movie content every day. Make sure you are following us on Twitter at SuperheroSpeak. And while you're there, check out the rest of the Geek World All-Stars Podcast Network. Simply follow them at *_geek. The Geek World All-Star Podcast Network include great programs such as the Pup Prism Power Podcast, Colt 45, So Wizard, Fans on Patrol, the Gorilla Brain Podcast, and of course, Superhero Speak. Search for GW All-Stars, you will not be disappointed. Now it's back to Dave and the boys on Superhero Speak.
All right. Now
it should be easy getting social media madness with us. Just like say something outrageous to any of our tweets.
Well, yeah, that's true.
We'll probably mention it.
Poor Tim. He's probably chomping at the bit. Okay, and
it's what he does.
We'll take our first and only commercial break, and we'll come back with all of our news.
To catch a serial killer, Jack Shane will need all his wits and one silver bullet.
All right. We're back. Guys, Disney whipped their dick out.
And Dave stole my joke.
And there goes our YouTube. There goes anything we got off of YouTube. Thanks a lot.
Stealing my bits, man.
You might as well make that the title of the show now because, like,
Disney
we're gonna get demonetized. So,
wait, are we Disney dicks?
No.
Look at these D23s.
There you go.
Yes.
Yes.
So that being said,
so Marvel announced their Phase 5 plans. It was an online presentation. Kevin Feige came out and said, "Here's everything coming up." Now, some of the stuff we've heard of before, but he confirmed things that were rumors, and announced a couple things we had no idea was coming. So first off, we got a second preview of Wanda Vision, which was, again, doesn't really tell you much, other than what we had. Was it Monica Rambeau?
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "Who are you?" And she was like, I don't know. So that's an interesting twist. What'd you guys think of it?
Looks good to me, man. I'm excited. I've been looking forward to this show for a long time. It seems like we're whole hog on this multiverse thing now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still thinking that what Hagatha, what's her name?
Agatha
Harkness
Harkness
is going to be in it. I'm pretty sure that that other actress that we know that's in it, that was in one of the first trailers. She was in the witch costume in the car, that she's Harkness. But it's interesting, like, and again, I'm not the Marvel guy here. Like, it seems like they're going like with she can create life, real life in this other dimension or something. Or
well, Wanda can and does.
Yes.
Okay.
She creates the twins. That's you know.
I have thoughts on this. Let's come back to it.
Okay.
You know, because there's House of M. There's
The Young Avengers.
Oh, well, yes.
This is what I have thoughts on.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that, aren't we?
Marvel Phase 8 is already is already being created.
Oh, and we got the release date. It's going to be January 15th.
It's close.
It's close. So once we stop talking about Mandalorian, we'll start talking about
Wonder Woman, and then we'll talk about this.
It's almost like they planned it.
It's almost. So then, after WandaVision, we got our first look at Falcon Winter Soldier, more than just the initial teaser that we got. This shield has a was it long legacy or strange legacy? I can't remember exactly.
Well, it does have both. But
it's been a long, strange legacy.
Yes. So yeah, so it's, I don't know. I thought it was amazing. I loved the shot of him jumping out of the plane and flying, and it, like, he had the red and white outfit now, and it was just like, yeah, like here we go. This is what I've been waiting for.
I'm just waiting for the banter. Those two together is going to be gold.
I see the gears turning.
Are you talking to JD?
No. At the end of the preview.
Oh yeah.
What's going on in that cyborg brain of yours? I can see the gears turning.
Yep.
I hate you.
I hate you. Yep.
It's going to be a
smoke coming out of there, guys.
A little Lethal Weapon-esque. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well, hey, it worked, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
There's a reason it's been ripped off.
Many times. They didn't give an official date for that, did they? Oh no, August. I think it just said August, if I remember correctly. So we'll have to wait for that. I don't know if there's anything else going on. And of course, Multiverse of Madness. Someone said a second ago they're going hard into this multiverse stuff. So we got confirmed that not only is Multiverse of Madness going to introduce some new characters, it is tied into Spider-Man 3, which confirms that there's a multiverse aspect to that, which we'll get into that in a second.
I think other things have confirmed that as well, but yes.
I'm sorry. Like, I know we're supposed to hate the mouse because he owns everything, and there are downsides to like being in charge of all of this, but this is like my inner child is so happy right now to see this stuff coming to fruition. I can't, who knew when Iron Man came out that this is where we'd be like 11, 12 years later?
For real. If you'd have told me that this is what was coming from this, I'd have called you a liar. Well, first of all, the streaming stuff would have called you a liar. But I mean, like, to see like how they've kind of pivoted into this is absolutely incredible.
I mean, not only that, like, so many people were like, they're done after Endgame, because where can they go from here?
And they're and here they are going, hold our beer. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Disney. Hold our soft drink, right?
Cheese.
Yeah.
So they confirmed. Who was it? They confirmed for Multiverse of Madness.
Elizabeth Olsen's confirmed for Multiverse of Madness.
Oh yeah, Elizabeth Olsen, and then oh wait, I said yeah, and they also said Monica is going to be in that as well.
Yeah, they did.
An adult Monica Rambeau. So, yeah, like I wonder where they're going with that. What they can't make her obviously they can't make her Captain Marvel.
They'll make her Photon.
You think so?
Yeah, that's the more common one. I believe that's what she is now. Like since the Warren Ellis Next Wave stuff, I think she'll be Photon, which is fine because we got a Captain Marvel, we got a Miss Marvel. We don't need any more Marvels. We're good on Marvels. Plenty of Marvels.
But Photon is another heavy hitter, right?
She's Photon.
Right. But I mean, Photon, the hero is like on par in power with Captain Marvel and Doctor Strange when used properly.
Yeah, she doesn't get. To be fair, I haven't read in a while, but up till recently, I don't think she had been used as much. I imagine that they will go a little bit more in with her now.
Yeah, but so I mean that's almost like bringing Blue Marvel in, like I mean,
it's true. Or Sentry. Yeah, Sentry's coming. By the way, that'll be the next announcement. They'll start talking about the Sentry.
I thought he was always used from what I've read. I thought he was always just used as like we need a doohickey here to drive the plot or something. Or we need to fix this plot thread. Just throw. But
that's kind of the character is designed to do that. But there's a lot of cool stuff you could do, and with this world that we set up, a Sentry TV show, movie, plotline going through could be really interesting.
But the thing is, why I've mentioned all this is because if you've got Captain Marvel and Photon and some of the other characters that they're introducing and Doctor Strange and all that, your next big bad better be, and of course, Wanda, your next big bad better like make Thanos look like a baby because I mean you've got reality warpers here and guys who could stand up to Superman. I mean
we got Kang the Conqueror coming.
Exactly. Have you been paying attention?
Yeah, but I always thought he was like his whole thing is just time travel, isn't it?
Oh, bro, read Avengers Forever. That is like his ability to manipulate time is pretty creative. Kurt Busiek's Avengers Forever, one of my favorite Avengers books. Like that shows you just how for real Kang can be when done properly.
Speaking of time, is that why the TVA is in Loki?
The what?
The TVA, the Time Variance Authority, is in Loki.
Possibly. It looks like he's jumping time because I mean that's kind of what happened at the end.
Did you just do a segue, John?
I did a segue. I'm so happy.
About god dang time.
John did a segue. Oh God.
So when they said that Owen Wilson was going to be in it, I was like, I'm like, hey, I kind of like his character from what I saw. Am I wrong? Am I alone in this?
No, it looks cool to me, man. Like there's nothing that I saw makes me go, yeah, maybe we've lost the plot. Like this all.
Oh, and I mean those images right out of the comic with him running for, well, in the comic, I believe he was running for president. He's in the suit and he's got the short horns on and everything. Like that's straight out of the books.
The recent comics, yeah.
Yeah.
It's good stuff, man.
Oh,
so is it like
the source material? Is
it Owen Wilson doing Arthur Darvill playing Rip Hunter as a Time Lord? I mean, is that
I mean, let's be honest. You hire Owen Wilson, you get Owen Wilson. So
yeah, he's going to do Owen Wilson stuff. Like stuff.
Yeah, I mean, oh my goodness! Like, all right, so far, like I should have been doing this after everyone. So, Wanda Vision, we're all looking forward to it, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Alone. Yeah.
Multiverse of Madness, from what we know.
Yes.
We're in. Okay.
Yep.
Loki.
Just watch out because it may cause, what do you call it? Epilepsy.
Possibly.
Have you seen some of the scenes?
We're all into Loki, right?
I am hugely interested to see what they're going to do with that. Like, because he's not the Loki that we've seen him have his whole character arc. He's been reset basically.
Yeah, which is fine because I think like if Loki learns too much of a lesson, you kind of lose the fun of Loki.
Right, because that was my whole thought. Is like, what are they going to do with Loki? But since they're taking him from the time point of right after the first Avengers movie, they can go anywhere with him.
He's learned nothing.
Right, he hasn't had time to learn anything yet.
Right,
yes, it's learned nothing. He's just like John.
Yeah, the problem is like that's going to be hard to do because that can get boring. It's like you want to root for a character even if he's an anti-hero, but if he never learns anything and never goes anywhere, that
you're assuming that he never moves from here. Like all you do is take him out of Avengers and then you put him on a different path.
I guess they're just
it's kind of asking, what if he didn't learn anything after Avengers and he went somewhere else?
Oh, nice one. Very good, Dave. Very good.
And we're getting a whole series where they're going to be asking that question every week. Some of my favorite comics from when I was collecting were the What If books. And I really liked what we saw because I was kind of curious how they were going to do it. So they are just taking the stories from the MCU and doing What If. So we're getting, it looks like, what if Peggy Carter took the super soldier's serum?
Mm-hmm.
And then it looked like what if T'Challa was taken up by Star-Lord? I mean, he became Star-Lord as opposed to...
you definitely would have had a more competent Star-Lord.
Yeah. Much more intelligent Star-Lord, yeah.
Yeah, so I can't remember anything else from the trailer. There were a few.
There's lots of stuff. There's lots of stuff from this trailer. That's absolutely incredible.
I mean, obviously they showed Sam Jackson as Fury, and they showed Tony Stark, which means, and there has been rumors that he did do the voice for the cartoon, so which I'm sure was recorded a long time ago. So
yeah, it takes a long time to do animation. Yeah, this looks cool, man. This all looks cool.
Yeah. You know what else? There's a young girl who thought Captain Marvel was so cool that when she got her powers, she modeled herself after her and became the new Miss Marvel. That was a stretch, I know.
What?
It works.
Why is Miss Marvel so big?
That's her power. It goes. She can like inflate and stuff like that.
Nice. I mean, why is the character like so big? It seems like
she's popular. Like she like kids and like minority kids especially really identify with the character.
Oh, okay. So it's
that's I think the big thing is that she's one of the first. Is she Pakistani?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, so heroes in a mainstream comic. She's written well, so she's popular for that, and yeah, she appeals to a lot of minorities.
She's their hero,
right? I mean, because you could argue that she's just a ripoff of Mr. Fantastic, but I don't think so because she's got her own origin, her own,
and it's the powers work a little differently. They're similar, but I mean, Plastic Man, the elongated man. I mean, it's been
done. Yeah. So
it's execution, and I do think this is a good move. This is something really good that I think this universe needs. So I'm excited. Comics got a faithful following, so I imagine the show will have something similar.
Yes. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, and just they didn't really show anything. Just a couple quick clips. I did feel it had a different vibe than the other stuff they'd shown us.
Skews younger.
Yes, that's like it definitely felt like they are going for a young audience in this, which that's great.
What's nice about this universe is we've created something that can be very buoyant. It's very flexible. Like it can be like that, pardon me pun. It can be like something more for kids. It can appeal to adults. Like Winter Soldier is one of the best like espionage movies the last 20 years. But like Guardians of the Galaxy is a great, sci-fi romp, and they're taking that and bringing these into these new properties. So Miss Marvel's going to appeal to that teen girl audience. Whereas Secret Invasion is for me.
Yes, yes, we'll get to Secret Invasion. See,
Can't wait.
You went out of order.
I know I did.
Because Miss Marvel, they also confirmed, will be in Captain Marvel too, and that's pretty much all they told us. Oh, and that we're getting Monica in that. So yeah,
she's all over the place.
Yes, she's going to be one of the next big characters, I think, in the story arcs.
We're starting to copy with the movies what they did with the comics, where you can't just watch one movie. You're going to have crossovers. You have to watch Miss Marvel to watch Captain Marvel too.
Isn't that what they've been doing since?
I know, but they're really ramping it up now, and I'm happy. I mean, you know.
But you're making an excellent point. We've said this before on the show. Are enough people going to watch the Netflix shows, and are they going to feel lost if they haven't watched them when they go to the movies?
Well, that's the thing.
And is that going to hurt the movies?
It's going to be a fine line between keeping these things entertaining for people who are just jumping in, compared to forcing them to go back and watch from Iron Man all the way to here to know what's going on.
One thing they've done really well is even like the Infinity War movies, even if you don't have like that firm background, the stories are good enough and the characters are engaging enough to carry you through.
Oh yeah, most of these are, yeah.
Yeah, and that seems to be something that they've steered into. So I imagine it's going to be like reading a comic. Like if you've read them for 20 years, yeah, you've got that firm background. If you're jumping in for the first time, stuff you're going to miss, but nothing that will detract from the overall plot or experience.
Yes, but again, I still stand by. You can't watch Endgame without watching some of the movies first.
You can. I know people that have.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the right way to do it, but I know people that have.
It does give it more heft if you've watched some of the former movies. But
for sure.
But like if you're a fanboy and you're sitting there and you're watching Ant-Man, rise up 60 feet out of the wreckage of that compound, you're going to scream.
So
you're going to love it. So I'm by the way, for Captain Marvel 2, what I'm really waiting for is the personality she showed in that one scene in Endgame.
Okay.
I want to see her be able to have a personality now that she knows who she is and all that.
Now, this is one of the things that was not. Two things on that, actually, now that you said it. Two things on that. One of the things they didn't say in this press conference, which made me kind of like, there is a rumor that's been floating around for a while that the villain of Captain Marvel 2, or one of the villains, will be Rogue.
That is
I heard about that.
I heard Chris Claremont address that rumor.
And what did Chris Claremont say?
He would like the idea. He would be all for it because he likes fan service to him. So
yes. Well, who won it? I
mean, I'm up for it, but I mean that kid seems to be like that rumor does seem to have some legs, and it would. Do you know who was? I'm not going to skip ahead too much, but do you know what property was famously not represented in this whole thing?
Do you mean the mutants themselves?
I would mean the X-Men. We saw no X.
Yeah.
We saw nothing of X, nothing relating to X, no X's. But at the same time, like you're busting out all this stuff for this wave. What do you have in the future? You've got mutants.
Did I hear like they were bringing back Daredevil from the Netflix in one of these?
Because he's going to be in Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
Because who isn't? I got cast to be in the new Spider-Man movie. Did I tell you guys?
Okay, hold on. We'll get to Spider-Man in a second.
Can you kill me in that movie too?
They talked about
$250. Yes.
All right.
Okay, they talked about Eternals.
Yep.
They didn't really say much about Eternals,
Not
other than
many.
they're working on it.
That's the only one that's gonna be a hard one to push, man.
I agree. I just don't feel a connection with the. I mean, I'll go see it because Marvel, but this was a hard one for me.
They're all gods. I mean, how much damage? Like, you have to worry about the character.
Thor's a god.
Worry about a character.
Thor's a god.
Well, yeah, but he's not a.
Thor is a god, and in fact, now we have. I'm skipping a segue, but he gave me the opening. A god butcher.
The God Butcher?
Yes, Christian Bale is playing Gore, the God Butcher in Thor, Love and Thunder.
Interesting.
Yes. So that I will see. I like Christian Bale.
I love Christian Bale. I think this is great casting. Did
think?
you read that? Yes, I do.
Okay.
Did you read that Jason Aaron series with Thor when Jason? That's right away, right at the beginning of Jason Aaron's run on Thor, like Gore the God Butcher is the villain.
Right.
It's
Yes.
good stuff, man. Like I
don't have an issue with using the character. I'm trying to picture Christian Bale as a.
I like Christian Bale. People dog on Christian Bale just because he growled. You know, Christopher Nolan could have told him not to do that, and he didn't.
Yes.
So
Actually, don't you think Nolan told him to do that?
I think he probably did. To be honest.
Yeah. Yes. Of course, they also confirmed Natalie Portman and who else did they say was going to be in Love and Thunder? Valkyrie.
Yes, Valkyrie and Lady Sif.
And Lady Sif.
Lady Sif.
What's her
right,
name?
she's coming back. The last
Jamie
time she,
Alexander.
yeah, the last time she was seen was in an episode of Agents of Shield.
Agents of Shield. Yep.
Because she got a TV show.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
and she's the only one of the Warriors 4. Where was the Warriors?
No, she's not. The Warriors 3 are all dead.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, right. But she was the only one of that group that didn't
She
die.
hung out with them. Yes,
She wasn't there to get offed. So
she
Yes.
wasn't. So that's gonna be an interesting question. Where was Lady Sif during all this madness and chaos?
yeah.
that's a good question.
I think we'll find out.
You need someone with an eagle or a Hawkeye.
Oh God, come on, dude. That was horrible.
Who may
Oh,
have seen her.
Boo. see, you broke JD's eyebrow. It's so far up it'll never come down again.
Oh my God.
So Hawkeye looks really good. Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop.
Yeah.
Huge fan of that casting.
Yes.
Another member of the Young Avengers.
Now, this is the third actress change for that character, right?
No, she's never been this up before.
No, I mean,
Thinking of Cassie. You're thinking of Cassie Lang.
oh, okay, sorry.
You would be
They keep
correct.
changing.
Who would be another member of?
The Young Avengers.
Yes. Ooh, I wonder where we're going. Yeah,
To
no,
the
Hawkeye
young
look.
Avengers.
Yeah, no, Hawkeye. From the tiny bit we saw, Hawkeye looks amazing.
It's like Pizza Dog.
We didn't see anything, obviously, from this show, but they did confirm Tatiana Maslany. Is that her name?
Maslany.
Anytime someone says I've not been cast in this movie, they have been cast.
Yes, she will be playing the sensational She-Hulk, or
Jennifer
right?
Walters,
Walters, that's it. Yeah, Jennifer
Mhm.
Walters.
attorney at law.
They've confirmed for the show that Abomination from the Incredible Hulk is coming back, which
David.
then everyone forgets about that movie, but it is part of MCU. So
That means the
ties it all
Thinker is
back
coming
in.
back too, right?
Could. Well, we didn't really. They kind of left that plot thread dangling for a decade.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
could. I like this. Like, I think this is good.
And then Ralph, not Ralph. Why am I saying Ralph?
Wiggum?
Ruffio is confirmed to be coming doing
Mark
a cameo.
Ruffalo.
And Mark
Yeah.
Ruffalo. Yeah. Will be doing a cameo. And of course, he said, and other characters could be showing up in the courthouse, which has led people to speculate that maybe Daredevil might show up.
Yeah.
Or maybe Peter Parker will be on trial.
Oh, geez.
Could
This
be.
whole thing is going to be like now we are absolutely will need a map of what to watch when. 'Cause,
They're going to tell
know,
you. They're going to put it out. When they put it out, that means watch this now.
yeah.
The mouse will feed you. The mouse will provide.
I'm just waiting for the
Mouse is
Blu-ray set where it's got 20 movies and a couple of TV series all
The
in the
Blu-ray set. How old is this guy? Blu-ray set.
oh, come on. You don't think those would sell?
They just don't. I mean, they probably do, but people just don't buy them anymore, man. Like
No.
that. Trust me, this is my former business. Is that just the market on DVDs and Blu-rays just isn't what it used to be?
That streaming's where it's at. And then of course, Moon Knight. He didn't say much about Moon Knight.
No, because they haven't done anything yet.
Yeah.
Same with Blade.
Yes. He mentioned Blade, that it was being well, actually,
rebooted.
What was it he said about Blade that I liked? Oh no, I did not write anything. I did not write any notes on Blade, but he mentioned it. That's weird.
They're rebooting Blade, right?
Yeah, Marshall.
Yeah, they have people working on the script right now. So
okay, because it would be funny to bring to extend the old one and bring back
Wesley Snipes.
No, actually, the first thing I was thinking of was Deadpool.
What?
No, the actor for Deadpool,
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds. He was in Blade 3. Yeah.
He was Hannibal King.
If they tie that in, oh my goodness.
No, they're doing a whole new Blade. But we're in this multiverse of madness. Perhaps we know for a fact that Wesley Snipes is out there walking around somewhere.
Yes.
Probably in jail.
Just evading taxes. And of course, then he talked about other projects that are in the works that are just being announced now. Of course, I said it. I said that they were going to be setting this up. Well, Secret Invasion.
They had the scrolls in.
They did. Like the whole end of Captain Marvel's Secret Invasion. It's like, oh yeah, that's totally what we're doing here. But good. Secret Invasion's a good story. Like I'm okay with this. It's a nice opportunity to bring in a lot of the characters from the rest of the universe to do some more. So good.
See, that's what I thought would have been like the big bad for the next two.
The problem is we set up the scrolls is they're not that bad.
Well, they with Captain Marvel, they made them very sympathetic. So
right, that's what I'm saying. So the Skrulls are not the villains. The Kree came off as the villains. So we could and should have another Kree Skrull war at some point.
However, they came off sympathetic in the 90s. What's happened in the 30 years since then?
Well, one was pretending to be Nick Fury in Spider-Man.
True.
Yeah, that's all we know.
Yes, that is all we know.
So we know they're working with Sword.
And I'm still
going to they're working with Sword.
I'm still going to throw out that maybe the maybe the Black Widow that threw herself off the cliff was a Skrull.
It's entirely possible. I still agree. I think you might be right too. But like the here's the thing is the Bendis Secret War story, that's an offshoot version of the Skrulls. Like that is like the religious sect of the Skrulls are taking over. So it's not the same. Like it wasn't like the Super Skrull and like
right.
The military wing. It's really like the religious wing of the Skrulls. So I think they could be going the same way.
I have a question. I mean I've watched so many of these YouTube videos and all that. I can't remember.
You poison your mind.
Wasn't there a scene with somebody walking up and Black Widow was sitting there with her back turned to the camera?
Possibly.
I swear I saw that. I don't think it was Multiverse. It might have been a Multiverse of Madness.
Well, that's
no. It was in. I think it was. It wasn't in What If. It was in the one for Wanda Vision. It was in Wanda Vision, I think, where once there was one scene with Black Widow sitting there with her back turned to the camera.
Hey, again, they're going to go hard with this idea of multiverse. Anything is possible. Characters can come back from the dead.
Anything.
So, and Secret Invasion too. Oh my goodness. It's like, all right. Ironheart was confirmed. Who's the actress who's playing?
Oh gosh, I missed her name. Give me 1 second. I'll pull it up.
They just said they were excited to cast her. I don't remember her being a name I knew. So, because it's
Dominique Thorne.
Okay, that's another thing I kind of like is both her and Kamala Khan are actually being played by teens. Like they're
really leaning into that
right. They're
youth and
get young heroes longevity. And have them be young, and then of course, they can have them around for another 20 years.
Because that's the one problem with Robert Downey Jr. was he was already like he was already
50s.
Yeah, 50s when he started. So
late 40s, something like that.
Yeah, 40s when he started. He's in his he's in his 50s now. So
yeah.
Yeah, I know, and and it's a shame because they killed him off because
he got bored.
Well, he got bored, but how do you do Armor Wars without Tony Stark?
You
Right,
used Rhodey.
Yes, I understand you use Rhodey, but like even Feige says it in the announcement that it's all part of Tony's worst nightmare of his armor being used, for bad, which kind of played on that, I think, in Iron Man 2.
Like, let's be real. They don't want him dead. Robert Downey just doesn't want to do it anymore. So but there's more juice in this orange. We got to keep squeezing. Squeeze.
And who knows? He might come back to do a cameo or two, right?
Multiverse.
I mean, they're not going to bring him back, but they could be more recordings. There could be an AI out there. Who knows, right? I mean, he's got all the money in the world. There's only so many islands you can buy right now.
That's the thing is, like, if he wants to do it and he decides he misses Tony Stark, it's possible. But if he doesn't, if he's good, it's over.
Well, let's put it this way. He got killed as Tony Stark, and what did he do first? Dr. Doolittle. So when he decides he wants to do a good movie again,
but that's the thing. It's not like he needs the money.
Right. True. No, yeah. No, I think he funded Dr. Doolittle. Like I think.
Right. He's reached that point. He can just do what the hell he wants.
Yeah.
And that was the funny thing too, right? Because people were talking about like, oh, he's got to go back to Marvel because Dr. What are you talking about? How much money do you think he has?
Yeah,
that he needs to go back to Marvel.
Oh, the residuals must be insane, right?
Oh yeah. Like every time that stuff gets shown, you get paid.
Right. He's getting a check He's getting a check every month that has like 6 digits on it.
And did you notice on the last 2 Avengers movies, he got an executive producer credit?
Oh,
more money.
You sure? Sometimes they give that to people not.
Yes, but that means money for Robert Downey Jr. That means money.
Okay. Well, yeah, his agent probably forced that on him. Yeah, they wouldn't have let him do it without. They wouldn't let him put his name up there without that.
Right. It's not like a chairman emeritus title. Like he worked out in his contract. You want me to come back? I'm an EP, and you pay me like I'm an EP because this thing was launched on my back, which it really was. That's the truth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If it hadn't been so good, they probably wouldn't have gotten off.
Dude, they mortgaged the entire company on Robert Downey Jr. Like Marvel Comics was like, they put a hope and a prayer on the guy with the drug problems. Like like when you think about it, it's an incredible gamble that paid off in spades. Like nothing, we'll never see anything like that again.
Yes, I think that's going to be our next video project. We're going to create a documentary on the whole thing.
I think Disney probably will beat us to it.
Yeah.
Owning the rights to it and all.
Darn it.
And having all that film on the floor,
Oh yeah.
Film.
Darn it.
Film. They don't have film. It's on a drive.
All the film is next to the DVDs.
Yes.
I was speaking metaphorically. They've got clips that nobody's ever seen before.
That's true.
They probably have more video that nobody's ever seen than they've put on the screen.
So
exactly.
Let's
100%.
try to steer the ship back a little bit. Did either of you ever read the original Armor Wars?
No.
I read Armor Wars 2.
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah.
Armor Wars 2 came out when I was starting to collect. And Matt, my brother, was a big Iron Man fan when we were kids. So I am first in Armor Wars 2.
Okay. All right. No, I mean, I think you can do it. And like, if they do a Tony AI and just pay him to do his voice, that could work into it as well. But
that would be a snarky AI, man. What are you doing? That's stupid. Stop that.
I think he is the AI in Ironheart, like in the comic. I think
he is.
Yeah. So I mean, like it's there. Like it's all there. If we want,
Yes. That's part of the problem is that he is the AI in the comics. So I don't know if they're going to do that or not. All right. So for all the good, there has to be something strange that comes out.
We covered Multiverse of Madness.
No.
Oh.
Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
I
So
thought
the-
of
so-
John O'Grady when this came out. John was the first person I thought of.
So they are bringing Lucas back to direct.
No, James Gunn writing and directing the Guardians of the Galaxy
Wow.
holiday special.
James
Wally
Gunn
Films
directing
Volume
as George
3.
Lucas in Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
How many Star Wars holiday special gags are they going to work into this?
Well, they'll probably resurrect B. Arthur.
When
They
you
could.
when you've got so much going on and you can't fail and everyone loves you, JD leaves the room. You can
JD's going to get something. What did he get?
you throw anything at the wall. So you do a holiday special just like Star Wars did. But of course they did it before they were really ready.
I have a joke I have to tell, but I can't tell it until JD's back.
Until he
on.
gets his headphones back on. Yeah, I know. He gave us the 1 minute, people.
Yeah, so
This is great podcasting.
I just can't believe they're doing a holiday special.
My light stopped working.
I'm gobsmacked. Your leg stopped working? What?
Light.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, JD has to be well lit no matter what on this show.
We're on YouTube now, man.
Now wait. Can you imagine? Was it? Let's see. Wookiee. Chewbacca. Can you imagine Chewbacca's? Can you imagine Chewbacca's grandfather walking into Star-Lord's ship and looking around, going, if you showed a black light on here, it looked like a Pollock painting.
like a rocket quote or Groot doing
I know I
something
completely
similar.
mastered that joke, but
Like
Yes,
there is a Chewbacca's grandfather masturbating joke. There
of course
they're
there
gonna
is.
do that. My prediction is it'll be done with a Groot, because now we're still in teenage Groot. We might be in 20-something Groot.
Well, they can't bring back Starship, so you know.
Nor should they.
No. But
This is gonna be so horrible.
I think it's
know.
supposed to. I mean, it's gonna be. They're gonna make it. They're
They're gonna make it bad on purpose.
right. They wouldn't call it this. They wouldn't call it this otherwise.
Right. And they want to say holiday special. Like that they're steering into that right away with just the title. So there's
I don't even for Marvel, this is gonna be a tightrope, but they're the only ones I would have faith in to be able to do this where it would still be funny and not tip over to, oh my God, what am I watching? You know?
Yeah, no, that's true. Speaking of Groot, we're gonna get a Disney Plus series. I Am Groot. Well, they said it's all gonna be shorts, so I mean,
Is it gonna be? Is it gonna be animated or like live action?
I think he said animated.
Okay,
I
I just want to say though, I went to a wedding once where it was a Star Wars wedding, and the best man was dressed as Chewbacca, and when he gave his speech, he gave it all in Chewbacca's language.
Are you crapping me?
No, I am not. He just
long
sat. It was like 5 or 10 minutes, something like
He just
that.
sat 5 times going.
Yep. Yes.
Dude,
Yes. So can you imagine? Can you imagine? I Am Groot throughout an entire like if he's like the only character.
So I've shot a lot of weddings being a videographer. Like I've so many terrible best man speeches. You
Yeah.
have just described my nightmare. Either like Klingon or Wookiee or some freaking nerd that thinks he's super clever. Like that is my hellscape.
Well, it brought down the house, you know. But the thing is, like, especially the soliloquy around the 3rd minute. But the thing is, like, can you imagine I Am Groot I mean, there's got to be other supporting characters, right? Rocket's got to be in this, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh
Has
yeah.
to. The two of them can't have one without the other.
I should just call it Rocket Groot or something. Rocket.
Rocket. Oh God.
Oh, that's better than
That's-
Rakut.
This sounds like Dragon Ball Z.
It really
fusion
does.
names. Like, was it Gogeta and
Vegeta,
Vegito?
Goku.
Yep.
All right,
Gotenks.
all right. So we did mention, of course, Love and Thunder, and we have Christian Bale playing Gore, and then now we have Ant-Man and the Wasp. We got the official title, Quantum Mania.
Oh yeah.
And of course, they confirmed that there will be a teen Casey Lang and Kang the Conqueror. Of course,
We're going to get a Micronauts, aren't we?
Oh, that's possible. I didn't even think of that. We very well could get the Micronauts. Wait, does Marvel own them? Marvel might not own the Micronauts. That might be like ROM, like something they just licensed.
That's a good question.
Last I heard, it was Marvel, but
Well, I know they produced the comic, but I mean, like, I think Micronauts are like ROM. I think that was like a toy line that they picked up. That Shooter was making all those deals in the 80s.
Right.
Hasbro still owns them, I guess.
If Hasbro owns them, then it would be an IDW property, not a Marvel property.
Yeah, and it would be in the Hasbro shared universe they keep talking about making.
Yeah,
that's
because
gonna
we need to
happen.
see that.
Yeah, so I mean, and that just feels like you say Quantumania, it sounds like you're going to tie in more time travel. Obviously,
Sounds like you're doing the Who.
You're gonna have more time travel with Kang, which means that cameos of dead people could show up because if they end up in the past and all of that stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just never ending.
Oh, Marvel does own own the rights to a few of the Micronauts characters. Apparently,
Probably the ones created for the comic.
Right. I don't know. I'd have to read up. They were in a few Marvel properties for a while there. Actually, I'm probably the only person who, when he was a kid, had actually one of the Micronaut sets. So
I've never even seen a Micronaut.
It was interesting. I was like, it came out at the same time as Transformers. I have no idea why I have Micronauts set. I think my mother just gave it for Christmas.
So Micronauts, actually Transformers were an offshoot of Micronauts in Japan, because the Micronauts were supposed to be tiny pilots for these transforming robots, and then when it came to the United States, they got rid of the idea of them needing to be a pilot and made them sentient in the comics and cartoon. Because in some of the original G1 Transformers, they had little pilots.
Well, like you get to the end of the first animated series, you get the headmasters and the target masters, when you do have the little guys that are doing that anyway. So, so life comes full circle.
Yes. Speaking of life and full circle and interesting news, they have confirmed that they are not recasting T'Challa in Black Panther 2.
Now,
probably
but
right.
They are.
Probably the right move.
But how does that work with a Black Panther 2 movie? And B,
Shuri, yeah, that's the only way
so she
to go.
becomes Black Panther
in the comic, yeah. Like it's
okay. Because I thought when they said they won't recast it, I'm like saying, okay, so Black Panther's dead in the MCU. But if they're going
yeah, I mean, she became Black Panther in the comic, and then when he died, and then he came back. I mean, it's the whole issue though. Like, obviously, they're just gonna have him die off screen, and it's just like, it's like, is that a fitting end? But then again, you end up with something like Rise of Skywalker, where you have a body
Leia.
double put her
Yeah.
hand up and drop her hand, and it was like, that didn't really work either. So
No. Well, at least they're learning from their mistakes. But I mean, okay, so as long as there's going to be a Black Panther, then I get the reason, because the whole Wakanda thing has to. I mean, that's kind of key to probably some of the solving of the problems of the big bads later on, right?
One would assume.
Like Wakanda's
yeah.
like usually their go-to for like support and technology.
Yeah, and they'll just make Shuri the Black Panther, and we'll move on from there. And it'll be, the movie will be them coping with the death of T'Challa.
Yes.
Which gives Suri a huge amount of room to grow.
She better stop posting stupid shit on her Twitter.
Oh no! Don't even.
And then
Get her a handler.
anyway, let's not steer this into any directions we don't want to go, guys. Come on now.
Well, hopefully we're not
Being real.
having to talk about it later.
So
Oh,
the
sorry,
final
I glanced at Google. I should not have done that.
the final bit of news that came out of this press conference, Kevin Feige said, "We're getting a Fantastic Four movie, guys.
I am so excited, and John Watts is going to
And
direct
John
it.
Watts is directing it. Oh my god!
John who?
The guy who's made the last two
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Like
wow.
now, all they have to do is announce that John Krasinski is playing Reed Richards,
and his wife is playing,
and his wife is playing Sue Storm, and we'll be set.
That's what everybody wants.
Yep.
Because my wife asked me about that. Goes, who are they going to cast? And I told her that idea, and she was like, "Oh, that's awesome."
Yes.
I'm like, "This is what fandom wants."
Everyone says that. Like, I've not met one person that says, "I don't want John Krasinski to play him." So,
well, him and Emily Blunt. I mean, like, one, they have
Emily.
really good charisma, and two, they're both really good actors, and three, why the hell not?
And well, 3 is like, Emily Blunt's not hard to look at either. I mean,
Well, you got to take it there
and she could sing.
because that's necessary for the Fantastic Four.
Well, I don't know.
We got to break into that dance.
But she is talented. I mean, I've
She
loved
is
her.
talented.
In everything she's been in, she's been awesome. So
She is.
all right, this is now time a question for the audience. Put it in the comments below or over on Twitter, on Facebook. Should Sue Storm sing in the Fantastic Four movie?
And we're gonna have to deal
Why
with that
not?
on social media madness. Like, I'm gonna have to sit there and read these stupid things.
if you've got an actress that can do it, fit it in. Why not?
We got a lot more to get through, man.
All right. All right. So all right. On that note, I think we'll take another commercial break so everyone can get a pee break because we still got a lot more to go. All right, we're back. And okay, so before we get to the Star Wars news, I forgot one last thing. We also forgot to say confirmed Electro, Jamie Foxx. Confirmed Andrew Garfield coming back as Spider-Man. Confirmed Kirsten Dunst coming back as Mary Jane. Confirmed Emma Stone coming back as
Gwen Stacy.
Gwen Stacy, thank you. Tobey Maguire in negotiations to come back as Spider-Man, and Alfred Molina coming back. Yeah, coming back as Doc Ock. Confirmed. What?
How about Charlie Cox confirmed coming in to play Daredevil?
Wait, when was that confirmed?
I believe that was confirmed, wasn't it?
Yeah, I heard. That's what I heard.
Oh, I didn't hear it was confirmed. That's why I didn't mention it.
Let me double check that.
So basically, what they did was they saw what DC did with CW and Crisis on Infinite Earths and said, no, that's our shtick. Watch this.
Flashpoint and this are racing to make the same movie. It's reported. Comicbook.com is a pretty reliable source. They're reporting it as of last week, but I guess it isn't confirmed as of yet.
Okay, all right.
But he's
coming in.
Yeah, and to your comment there, I trust Marvel to do a better job on this in the movie side than DC.
Rumored also, Willem Dafoe and Thomas Hayden Church today.
Jesus criminy! Wow. So
you got your Sinister Six.
So Sony has won it. this is my theory. Sony has wanted a Sinister Six movie since the first Spider-Man movie.
Since the year 2000.
Yes. So they talked with Marvel. Marvel's like, well, we're doing a multiverse thing. Oh, we can use that as a backdoor to bring these characters in, and then boom, we've got our Sinister Six.
That's a very cool-looking Sinister Six, though.
Who cares? It's movies.
Yeah, movie magic.
We just had Robert Downey Jr. playing Iron Man in his 50s. We're good.
Oh, wait, they have to bring in that guy from Sideways to do Rhino, don't they?
Paul Giamatti?
Yeah, Paul Giamatti.
They could.
They made him such a throwaway character in that movie.
I know, and with the accent and everything, that was like horrible. But I mean,
oh my goodness. Yeah.
So here's my question: does J.K. Simmons play multiple J. Jonah Jamesons? Are we doing a Crisis of Infinite Jamesons here?
Wait, I think I've got some Jameson over on my counter over here too. I could use that right now.
That would be interesting. Now, here's the thing. The actors have come out and said that confirmed their casting have said that they're not playing the same versions.
Have they said that? Is that official?
Both J.K. Simmons and Jamie Foxx have said that. Now, I don't know how official that is, but yeah, and it doesn't mean they're not going to look the same. It just means maybe they're from a different universe.
Didn't they say in Multiverse of Madness that it's going to spin out of Wanda Vision and Spider-Man 3?
Yes. Yeah.
So we're dealing with a multiverse on some level. And then like I said, I've said this before on the show, they hinted at that the existence of said multiverse in Homecoming.
Mm-hmm.
They faked us out with it with Mysterio.
Mm-hmm.
Is Jake Gyllenhaal coming back? Have we heard anything? Is this on the docket?
No, I have not heard anything about Jake Gyllenhaal. But didn't he die?
Multiverse, brother. And he's also a special effects guy.
But
maybe.
Also, it had, Emma Stone died in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Also true.
Yes. So, which is,
Well, yeah,
Gwen Stacy's death is a defining moment in Spider-Man's life. So to now just bring her back, which...
Well, no, not bring her back. When you're going to the multiverse, you could be at different points in time.
That's time travel. That's not multiverse things, It's different.
Yeah, you watch too much Rick and Morty. Also,
and I don't watch enough.
Also, and it's funny because they make a point of that all the time. That say it's not time travel; it's different universes, so they're at different points in time. So I give John that. But anyway, there is a rumor going around that they might be bringing back Emma Stone to backdoor Spider-Gwen.
She's too young, or she's too old to play Spider-Gwen at this point.
Yeah,
they need to go younger. Yeah. Like she's in her 30s, I think.
Yeah,
I think she's in her 30s. Like she's too to play that character because that's a young Gwen Stacy. This Gwen Stacy. Now I'm not saying it's possible because there could be a Gwen Stacy in this MCU that we just haven't met yet.
Right.
So it's still possible that it backdoors it, but just not in the way we think.
Yeah. I think, all right.
If that makes sense.
So, so the people over at Star Wars went at Lucasfilm said, "Oh, you want to announce all this Marvel stuff? Guess what?
This is crazy. This is like as cool as the Marvel stuff was. This Star Wars stuff blew me away because it's just when everybody lost faith in the franchise."
And can we just pause here and consider how much money Disney is throwing at two of the largest properties in entertainment right now?
Well, think about what they spent to buy them.
Yeah, I know. They're going to with these two efforts alone, I think they're going to recoup all their money.
Well, they've already recouped all the money.
That's right. Endgame literally made all of the money.
Yeah, they're fine.
So first thing that we get, Patty Jenkins,
yes,
director of Wonder Woman and Wonder Woman 1984,
yes,
will be directing a Rogue Squadron movie.
Mm-hmm. Partial director on the original Wonder Woman. Remember, Feige ruined the end.
Not Feige.
Oh, not Feige. Sorry.
Snyder.
I get my ruinous directors mixed up. It's like
Ruinous. Feige's our hero. What are you talking about?
Dude, in Feige we trust. Feige has not led us wrong yet.
Oh, who's the one that ruined the end of one?
Snyder.
Snyder, right?
Snyder,
Zack Snyder.
yes.
Damn it.
Oh my god. All right.
Hey, quick derail. HBO, Warner is just saying they might release Justice League at the theater at the same time it goes to HBO Max. Rumor. Touch that for another day, but on that one.
Wait, hold on. No. You're going to derail. Then I'm going to bring up
Derail.
Patty Jenkins and a couple of the other directors. The guy from I think Aquaman.
They're coming into Star Wars.
They said no. They have said they don't consider Josh Whedon's Justice League canon.
How many people did he piss off over there?
Wow.
Quite a few.
Like, for Patty Jenkins to say that, that's wow.
So they don't consider it canon, and that feels like that's announcing that feels like that's setting up. Hey, guess what? Now it brings Zack Snyder's Justice League back in to be canon.
That's definitely what they're doing. So remember when I said a few years ago on the show that nobody's ever successfully been canceled? I was wrong. Joss Whedon successfully canceled.
Is this
so far?
Like,
yes.
Is this something like the Me Too movement where it's just been building for so long, and now everybody's pissed off? Is finally like, oh, they said something. Oh, I can say something now.
I think you might be right.
That's what happens. As soon as one person can step forward, other people start.
The
going,
dam breaks, and then everybody's like, "Oh, it's okay to say it. I can."
That's how they got Cosby. That's how they got
Weinstein.
Weinstein. One person stands up and has the courage to say something, and so a bunch of people start standing up.
Do you know how you know that there's something to all these? Nobody has defended Joss Whedon.
No,
but not one person, not even people from Marvel have come out and be like, you know what, we like Joss. He did our first Avengers. He's good people. Nobody has come out in favor, to speak up. Like, not even Chris Pratt has come up to say, Joss Whedon, good guy.
I know.
Nobody.
Yeah, exactly. If Chris Pratt can't say anything nice about you,
that's what I'm saying. Like, how bad is this?
Then you're in trouble.
I mean, there probably been rumors, but like, he's been around for a very long time.
Harvey Weinstein, man.
There were rumors that he was how do I put this?
But Weinstein wasn't in entertainment. Like, entertainment, there's like, normally if you start hearing rumors about somebody, it comes out.
Well, there were rumors, not so much that he sexually harassed women, but that he
used his power that he used his position to gain favor with actresses who wanted to work. You know, that was. I don't think that's rumor. I think that just kind of came out and people spoke about it. Like, he's in like Hollywood doghouse because for a generation he painted himself as like the champion of female entertainment, and then and then it's been like, oh no, that was all just a ruse.
Yes, that's the whole thing.
Yeah,
that's what I was getting at. Is like, that's how it started. Is they were they championed him as like, oh, he's for women and blah blah, but it was like no. Some of the women that worked with him was like, no, they like don't trust this guy. So.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. It's like nobody has come out in support of him. So that, like, you clearly know that this is like real. Like when when directors are coming out and being like, F this guy, man. Like,
I remember, like, the first time I ever heard anything, it was about when Dollhouse was canceled, and that, like, I heard some things about that wasn't good, and the actress, I forget the actress's name.
It was Eliza Dushku.
Yeah, Eliza Dushku. There was something about she wouldn't work with him again or something.
Well, that's funny because she was Faith. Like, I mean, like, they had a relationship together.
Yeah. Right. And that's how she got Dollhouse, but then Dollhouse got canceled and there was something about, I don't know.
So something happened with this dude, man.
Yeah. That was 2009, by the way, when that was on. So
when was that? What year was that?
Dollhouse is 2009.
Yeah. Okay. So, seems about right.
But yeah, it's just, I don't know. But yeah, other than that, I've never heard anything. It just, it's always about how good he is about this stuff. I don't know. This is kind of depressing for me, It's like you like to see, guys like this make really, really,
Hey,
really good movies,
just because someone
groundbreaking
makes
stuff, and then
I was about to say, just because someone makes a movie or a TV show or whatever that you like doesn't mean they're a good person.
Mhm.
oh, I know. It's just it's hard to see somebody that you admired like suddenly come out as not somebody you would have admired if you'd known the whole thing.
Yeah, well, that's the thing though, is like, we champion artists a lot, especially with what we do. We talk about artists and the good stuff they do, and you want to believe that good people are creating good work, and then that's not always the case. There's plenty of good people out there doing good work, but just that dude probably isn't one of them.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
All right.
Star Wars. Nice segue.
Getting back to Star Wars. So we knew for a while, but we weren't sure if it was going to happen or not. Oh, they have confirmed there is going to be an Obi-Wan Kenobi series. And
well, hello there.
And
that was my tweet, literally.
And Hayden Christensen is coming back as Darth Vader.
I have thoughts.
Yes. I was going to say, what do we think of this?
Why did they need him? He could have put anybody in the suit.
Now, he doesn't act anymore, right? So was this a case of, I'll come back, but I want to wear the full Vader suit?
Some people would say he never acted, but that's okay.
No, that's okay. So if you ever watch like Shattered Glass, he's actually really good in that. He's actually a good actor. George Lucas is not a good director. Natalie Portman is a great actress. We all agree with that. She ain't good in the Star Wars movies. What is there's a common thread there.
Yeah.
Like, is he coming back in flashbacks, or are they going to put him under the Vader suit?
I have a feeling it's going to be a combination of both, and I think that think about Empire, the scene where the mask comes down. That they might do a scene or two with him without the mask on, with the makeup on,
looking like all biscuit fried.
Yes, exactly.
I don't even know what that means. I just made something up.
CGI or practical effects could have done that. They could have put anybody in there. There's got to be something where he's in there for somebody.
Because you got to look like if he's going to look like Hayden Christensen, you got to pay Hayden Christensen anyway. So you might as well get him. Like it's kind of because you have the ability to do some.
Do you do
flashbacks?
Do you do?
Of course, he don't look like Hayden Christensen of 2005 anymore. So
James Earl Jones comes back. Does he come back to do the voice? Has to. He can't be. You can't have Hayden Christensen's voice as Darth Vader. By the way, it's time to start finding someone who sounds a lot like James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
Yes, unfortunately.
Well, these days you could probably get a voice synthesizer to do it. Probably.
Yeah, but I'd rather see an actor get paid than
Then pay a computer.
Yes, that's the different subject. But like, I'm very curious to see what this show is going to be. Is this going to be, because we thought for years Obi-Wan just hung out on Tatooine. Maybe not. Maybe there's something else. Maybe he warded off some Tatooinean invasions or something. I don't know. I'm very excited.
Maybe he ran a gumshoe office at night.
So, holy shit, that'd be awesome. Obi-Wan Kenobi Private Eye, sign me up.
Can you think about it? Like he's this mysterious character in the on Tatooine. When people are in trouble, who do they turn to?
Old Ben Kenobi.
Besides the A-team, they could go.
He was a team. He's like a Jedi. Like I love that idea. I hope that's what they're doing.
So that's the whole thing, because they don't. Before we meet Obi-Wan in A New Hope, they don't establish anything other than calling him the crazy old wizard that lives out in the desert, right?
They didn't say wizard, they just crazy old man.
He's referred to as a wizard, he's referred to as a hermit, he's referred to as
crazy old hermit. But they originally they never said wizard.
I think they call him a wizard. Now I'm gonna have to watch Star Wars because I think that line is there. Not that it matters. Go on, Dave.
Right. So that's the whole thing. It's a complete blank slate from the end of Revenge of the Sith to A New Hope for Obi-Wan. But there's two issues. Number one, if you're going to bring Vader in, like, how do you do that and then have Vader not know Luke survived and was on Tatooine the whole time?
Luke is a thing. He didn't know Luke was a thing. He thought his kid died in childbirth. This kind of happens in between the lines, but it's like after the Death Star is destroyed, the rumor goes, oh, Luke Skywalker destroyed it. And Vader's like, I beg, who? Who destroyed the Death Star? And Vader kind of puts it together in his head that Obi-Wan pulled a fast one on him. But he has no clue till after A New Hope. So
right, so they can't, but I'm saying they can't touch that in the show at all.
No, nor I don't think they will. But Darth Vader's doing a lot of Darth Vader stuff at the time. This is like the era of Vader ascension. So there's stories. And who's to say Obi-Wan Kenobi really did stay on Tatooine for 20 years before Luke became of age? Like, why couldn't he have left at some point? It's not like it's hard to space travel in this universe.
You got to think of where Ahsoka Tano was during that time too.
That's
there's rebels in there, and the Star Wars rebels. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff.
It's not uncharted territory, but it's like for Obi-Wan Kenobi, it is.
Yeah.
Yes. So were you trying to jump ahead there, John? To Ahsoka?
Well, I do like that whole thing. So.
She's gonna be back. Like this is so awesome.
She's gonna be badass. This is
Rosario Dawson will be starring. This was rumored. I was kind of like, are they jumping the gun by saying that there's gonna be a Ahsoka series based on one performance by Rosario Dawson?
Turns out no, it was not an assumption.
Yeah. We'll be getting a Disney Plus series. Ahsoka. Ahsoka. Oh, sorry. For the purists out there,
Osaka's
people who like diction and proper pronunciation.
Don't start that Mr. Iteration.
Yeah,
anyway.
Well, don't put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable, okay?
So I think we're all, after watching that episode of Mandalorian, I think we're all excited about this. John,
very much.
Mm-hmm.
Do you dream about it at night?
What?
Do you dream about this at night?
What? Ahsoka?
The live action? Yeah.
No, but I'm happy it's going to be on.
Okay.
This is a character that has history, that has personality, that was well written enough that it's going to be. There's so much, there's so much ground to cover, and with Rosario Dawson playing it, and there's a whole bunch of things going on in the universe that have nothing to do with goddamn Skywalker, so it's going to be wonderful.
So it looks like nothing here is involving Skywalkers aside from this Vader show or this Obi-Wan Kenobi show.
Yeah.
Well, and that actually does kind of bring me to a question. Remember, they promised a lot of stuff before. And it's taken so long to now, like the Obi-Wan stuff was promised a long time ago. There was a supposed Boba Fett movie, which I kind of think that's now what was tied into the Mandalorian.
They had to wait for the payoff day from Endgame and a pandemic.
Here's the thing too, is that the Disney Plus app it shifted Disney's focus on what it's going to do. Yeah. And then because they were doing all these the spin-off movies, and then Josh Trank got fired for being Josh Trank, and then Solo didn't perform very well, and they spent a lot of money on it. So they had to kind of, and then the sequel trilogy it made money, but fandom was kind of split, and they really split because some people, it really got the end, people liked one over the other, and it got bad. So they needed to refocus. And it seemed like we talked about what Jon Favreau did for the Marvel universe. He's now done this for DC, or for for Star Wars, is he's kind of scented some new focus. And now it's a lot easier to do these things thanks to his pioneering technology with these video walls. So now you can make these bigger commitments to things because it's a lot easier to do them.
In Favreau, we trust.
In Favreau, we do trust. What has he led us astray? Really? Like,
I don't know.
Come on, Elf. We sung Elf's praises last week. Like, but that's the thing, though. Is I think the success of the Mandalorian has kind of reinvigorated I almost pulled a O'Grady there and mispronounced it. It's reinvigorated the franchise and reinvigorated the fan base, and they have this app they need content for. Like this is not like the theater. Like we have to feed this beast, or people are going to go, yeah, $10.
It's also not like HBO Max apparently, where they're just going
planned.
Yeah, exactly.
The fact that Warner isn't doing this with HBO Max is a giant mistake on their part.
Speaking of Jon Favreau, he's going to be doing another series for Disney Plus, Rangers of the New Republic. So it sounds like it kind of takes place in the same time frame as Mandalorian.
Is this going to be? We don't know who the Rangers are, do we?
No,
the Galaxy Rangers.
Is this going to be? Is this like the Bo-Katan thing? Is this going to pick up her story?
Oh, that's, you know what? That might be, yeah, that might be it. It's actually, you know what? Let me bring the, that's not a bad idea. Right, because we don't know, like, that's not a group that's ever been introduced in any cartoons or that I know of. And I don't think it's been in the comics. So, what, I don't know, John, you're usually the expert on this stuff. Do you know anything about the Rangers?
No, that's a new one on me. The Rangers of the New Republic. I mean, like it.
All right, so
is it
bring
a
in the article?
Or?
Bringing the article up, the only thing it says is it does take place in the same time frame as the Mandalorian. That's it.
I'm gonna guess it's these other Mandalorians, these offshoot Mandalorians.
All I can see is that everybody says it's vague.
Yeah.
Hey Don, you're listening. What are we dealing with here?
Yeah.
Yeah, Don. Let us know.
Because he will.
Right.
He always responds on social media when we throw those things out there. So
yes, he does.
He's super reliable like that.
Or he might be putting it in the comments down below. So the series on YouTube.
Oh.
All right. Here's a series. Look. I love the character. He's the only one left to carry water, but I don't think anyone wants a series. I could be wrong. Yeah, Lando.
If it's Donald Glover playing Lando, I'm in.
Well,
if it's Donald Glover, I'm in.
There is no information. It just says a Lando Calrissian series.
I'm throwing this out there. If Childish Gambino's out here doing Lando again, I'm in. So I'm sold. I'm good because he was the only redeeming thing in Star Wars, or I'm sorry, in Solo. That movie, I did not like it. So,
all right. No, I mean, hey,
I'm with you on that.
I don't disagree. That could be, that could work. You know, I mean, obviously you can't bring Billy T. Williams back to play Lando running around doing stuff.
No, because that did not work in the new Star Wars. The sequel movies. Bringing him back.
He just had to hang out and be Billy D for.
I know, but it was
minutes.
too much Billy D and not much. Yeah, I mean, like he was obviously there just to say lines.
Well, we killed everybody else, so like
yes,
everybody else was dead, so they needed somebody.
Yeah.
No, just leave it with the cameo of the ghost visions of Han, and that's all we needed. But.
So what else we're getting more and more vague as we go along here.
I was gonna say, and then that character Andor from
Cassian Andor.
Speaking of getting more vague,
he's not vague. We know, like we got a whole movie about him. This one I'm
from
a little
Rogue Squadron where everyone died.
Yeah,
I know.
Like a prequel series on Cassian Andor. I'm like, I don't know about this. Maybe because I will firmly say that the only thing really good about Rogue One is that Act 3. Like the Act 3 of Rogue One is great. Everything else about it,
I don't have any issues with Rogue One. It's just kind of like, everyone dies. And
the end is great.
Wait, when everyone dies?
Yes, and Darth Vader kills everybody else.
Oh, okay.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that was the badass. That was the like everybody was talking about the badass Darth
Yeah.
Vader.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, that's like, I don't know. Like this series doesn't, I mean, am I going to watch it? Of course, but I'm not enthralled with this one.
Right.
What about the next one? What do we know about the Acolyte?
All we know is that Leslie Headland, Emmy Award-winning nominated creator of the mind-bending series Russian Doll, brings a new Star Wars series to Disney Plus, The Acolyte. A mystery thriller that will take the audience to a glassy and shadowy secrets of the emerging dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic era. So
this is in the past.
Yes, it's in the past. Oh, but hey, it's a mystery.
Palpatine. Or?
So this is your maybe your gumshoe show that you guys are looking for, but not Obi-Wan.
Thriller. I mean, it does sound like it could be like a murder story. The High Republic the end of basically Time of the Sith, the Return of the Sith. Is this what we're talking about here?
No, I think
the High Republic. The Republic.
No, the High Republic is like even years before that. This is like they have a whole bunch of new young adult series that came out around the High Republic.
Okay,
and it's supposed to be like years before the first movie, so like generations. So yeah, like
I'm skeptical on this one, but I'll check it out.
They're really trying to milk this now.
Yes.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Okay. Now, this one I don't think is milking because a lot of people liked these characters from the Clone Wars. Of course, we're getting a Bad Batch spin-off cartoon from the Clone Wars.
Yeah. This one I'm excited about.
Yeah, I think everyone wants that. Like we're not reaching at this point, right?
As long as Dave Filoni's involved, I'm good. It's going to be fun.
Yes. I think it does say Dave Filoni's involved. Yeah.
Perfect. They're his characters. Yeah.
Right. Of course. So yeah, no, I think so. The things I didn't include in the email that are maybe reaching, Star Wars Visions.
Oh, that's like a what if series, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like a what if Star Wars perspective story, and then a droid story.
What's that one going to be?
It actually Lucasfilm Animation, so it's a cartoon teaming up with visual effects. A droid story. The epic journey will introduce us to new hero guided by legendary duo R2-D2 and C-3PO. You remember droids back?
Yeah, I was going to say it sounds like droids.
Yeah, they're just bringing it back because George Lucas probably said bring back. And then finally, there is apparently something to do with Willow coming out.
Now that I'm excited, a Willow series. Willow was a great movie.
Willow was
Warwick Davis.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Is that the only other good movie that George Lucas did?
He hasn't directed a lot of movies.
No, he hasn't.
I don't think he did. I'm not even sure if he directed that one, to be quite honest with you. I think Ron Howard might have directed Willow.
So, yes, I think you're right.
I'm looking it up.
So, my God, do we have a lot of stuff to look forward to if this all comes out? And it doesn't all end tomorrow.
Ron Howard did direct Willow.
Oh, okay, good.
It's kind of like Lord of the Rings before there was Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Well,
it had
yes and no because the books were much.
It had
I mean, the movie.
Yeah,
it was like they couldn't get.
Was in it. It was good.
Yeah, Mad Mardigan. I think it was like Lucas couldn't get the rights to Lord of the Rings, so he said, "Screw it, I'll do my own."
Right.
Much like he couldn't get the rights to James Bond, so he made Indiana Jones.
Yes.
When he's challenged like that, he does have skill. I mean,
he's a great idea guy. He's not a great execution guy.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Wow. I mean,
there's a lot.
Like, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess the only things, again, it's we'll have to wait till we see previews for The Acolyte to see if that's anything worth watching. I'm not sure.
Did they announce how long this wave of Star Wars stuff is going to last? This could be 5 years worth of stuff, to be honest with you. And Marvel does that. Like Marvel will do that with their phases. I want to see those the last phase was like 3 years, 4 years, something like that.
Yeah, I mean they're talking 2022, and then a lot of stuff near the end of the article doesn't even have dates on it yet.
So that could be 2023, 2024.
Right. Exactly.
So yeah, which just goes to show you that this is like not I'll say it, this is all relatively new because Marvel gave us like previews for stuff. This all came together in the last year.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I think the only one that feels the only ones that kind of feel like they've been in the works is Obi-Wan and Ahsoka, because I think not like they had an idea. That's why they brought her in and brought her into the Mandalorian. They knew if it went off well, they were going to do the series.
I told my wife it felt like a backdoor pilot.
Yes,
from the 80s when they would do that.
Yeah.
Well, it still fit too, and it was awesome. So.
Oh yeah, it works perfect. It made sense. It made sense. That's why it worked.
Because there are times when series, or shows will do a backdoor pilot, and it will it fits like a square peg in
I'd say most of the time.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the other thing that we didn't mention is, of course, they said again, Taika Waititi will be doing an unnamed Star Wars movie. It will probably be the next movie that comes out, I think. That's Star Wars. So
let him. If it's half as fun as Thor the Ragnarok, let him whatever, man. Let him have fun.
Just hand him money.
Yeah, and that's what they should do. I mean, I want to see visionary directors come in to do a one-off movie, not like they did with the prequel or the sequel trilogy, where they just brought in. The plan was to bring in 3 different directors and do the whole telephone game, because that made for no consistency in storytelling,
and it didn't work.
No, it clearly didn't work. This could work. You get a good guy like Taika Waititi in there, let him do his thing.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Don't hire the guys from the Lego movie and get mad because they made a comedy.
Yeah. I was just looking up stuff on Bad Batch. And that looks really interesting because I'm guessing that happens after the end of Clone War.
Yeah.
Where they don't have their chips anymore, so they ignore Order 66, and they're still fighting with Ahsoka.
It should be fun.
Captain Rex does, yeah.
That should be a real fun series. And again, bridging that nice gap between. Actually, it could be like a nice little parallel to Rebels, because it seems like it's taking the same place in the same era. So I'm excited.
Rebels is a little bit ahead of it, I think. Yeah, Rebels is ahead of it, but
I haven't seen Rebels. When is Rebels?
Rebels, it happens a lot. Like Ahsoka's grown up at that point. Like she's been out and about and fighting for a couple of years.
So
when she shows up in Rebels. So Rebels.
How long prior to New Hope we talking?
Oh, it's got to be God damn it. I have to look it up. There's so many things going on at this point.
Yeah.
It's a legitimate question.
It's a legitimate question. Rebels happens. Play the music for me.
Where? I was gonna do Star Wars.
That makes
sense.
Disco Star Wars.
Star Wars, Rebels, and Rogue One kind of happened at the same time.
Oh, okay. So that's the era. So it's just before A New Hope.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
In Rogue One's case, minutes before A New Hope.
I thought it happened after that. Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why they have the.
Right. It's A New Hope, right?
That's one of the ships is in the background. In A New Hope is the ship from Rebels, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that. I had to catch up when Mandalorian.
What's the droid's name in Rebels? The little orange guy.
Rebel, not BB-8. It's not. But
no.
That's the one.
He's in the background in Rogue One in the hangar. He goes by
I missed out on Rebels, and that's my when Mandalorian is over, I'm gonna go do watch again on Clone Wars and Rebels.
Yeah, I watched the first season when it came out, and I haven't gone back to it, but I probably should now that I can just watch it on Disney Plus. Wow. So yeah, we had a lot to look forward to.
Man, I'm exhausted. There's Disney gave us so much stuff that I think we need it, to be honest with you. It's been such a bad year for content because of this whole, pandemic BS that I think the human race is owed something in 2021.
Hopefully. Hopefully it's hopefully we're owed something and it doesn't get worse.
I will.
Dave, why would you even throw that out there?
I will say this though, like I probably will grab a subscription to HBO Max for a little bit just to watch some of the stuff that's coming out there.
Well, we have to because we're reviewing Justice League.
Yeah, I know.
John,
What?
do you have HBO through your Xfinity? Through your Comcast?
No, I don't have the HBO Max stuff. I do have HBO.
Then you can log on to HBO Max with your Comcast account.
Well, then I get it free because I get free. I get almost everything free from.
Because
I can't figure out how this app's losing money.
Because I was watching Wonder Woman on HBO Max because I logged in with my Comcast account because I have HBO on Comcast. So
You just threw that on like YouTube and podcast world. Now they're going to crack down on it. No, probably not.
No,
You're paying for it. You're paying for it.
When you bring the app up, it says you can log in through your cable provider. So
see if Comcast has that kind of agreement, and that's kind of funny that I don't know about it, but I'm not on that side of things. But if Comcast has it, then there's a huge revenue stream for HBO Max because that agreement was probably had quite a few zeros in the checks.
Oh, yeah. So.
They need to find more zeros, man. So stop firing people.
Well, it is a way to generate more people to their service.
All I know is that's how I'm watching Wonder Woman 84 on Christmas. So,
well, I got to get it. Not only that, because we have Roku, I gotta get it. I gotta get it from my phone, and so I can AirPlay it on my phone. That's ridiculous.
HBO Max isn't on Roku though, is it?
Not yet.
That's why I said I gotta get it on my phone.
They did just sign a deal with them, so I don't know how long it's going to take.
But it's weird because we have like the HBO channel. Like I can watch regular HBO on my Roku, but I can't watch HBO Max.
It's all the extra DRM that they're throwing.
Yeah, because I watch everything through my Roku as well. So it's like, it's driving me nuts.
Stupid.
All right. Well, besides using your Comcast or your cable account to watch HBO Max or complaining about not being able to watch it on your Roku, do you guys have any recommendations for our audience?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do. Our friend of the show and good buddy of mine, old Rich Dueck, sent me a PDF preview of Sea of Sorrows issue 2. And holy Jesus, is this one of the scariest comics I've ever read. The opening page, like Alex Cormack and Rich like personified one of my greatest nightmares. And I literally, because I was reading it on my phone, I dropped my phone in bed when I was reading it. It was so scary. Like it's literally one of the best horror. I'm not saying because Rich is a good friend, but I mean, it's literally one of the best horror comics I've ever read. And I actually texted him immediately afterwards. I'm like, I love this. It literally made me drop my phone in bed. I'm like, it scared me. So when that comes out, man, I cannot say, because I got the hookup, so I cannot say enough good things about Sea of Sorrows Volume 2 when it comes out. Like, seriously, like I loved Road of Bones. I think they might be outdoing themselves with this book.
Post that name in the host lounge in Discord because I want to read it.
Yeah, the first issue is out on Comixology right now. It's really good. It's basically, I told him, I said, Rich, here's what you just wrote. It's The Shining meets Treasure of the Sierra Madre on a boat.
That sounds good.
Okay.
It's awesome. It's so good.
Just don't forget to post it because I will not remember this right now. My memory already is very bad tonight, apparently.
I just sent it in the chat. But
Cool.
yeah, that's my recommendation for the week.
Cool.
But issue 1, because 2's not out yet. So get on issue 1 before 2 comes out.
All right, John.
I am halfway through Queen's Gambit.
How was that?
It is amazing.
People rave about it.
Good. Yeah, no, it's really good, and it's yet another example of the actress. Oh my God,
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yes, Anya Taylor-Joy. Like she just can do freaking anything. She's really really good with emoting with just facial expressions.
Because she's got a very interesting angular face.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and she does a lot of great stuff with her eyes. Like she was really good in The Witch.
Yeah. And she was also good in what else? She did a movie only like a few years ago.
New Mutants, classic.
Not, don't. That's not. No. No. What was it? It's a Emily Dickinson movie or something, or Emma. She did Emma. And she was really, really good in that too. I mean,
she's talented.
Yeah,
she's super talented.
So this movie deals with heavy addiction and a bunch of other really bad personality traits. I wholeheartedly say go watch this. Like, it's well worth it.
Haven't heard one bad thing about it.
Yeah, I as I'm going through it, I see why.
New Mutants is a classic, huh?
Yeah, that's pushing things. It's like saying
Absolute
Glass
classic.
is a classic.
Absolute classic. I like Glass.
Oh God, no.
All right. Well,
a discussion for later.
Will recommend that you go to superheroespeak.com, where you can find the show every week, reviews for our comic book reviews from our good friend Don, and you can find all our social media links at the top of the page. Plus, if you're watching us on YouTube right now, click that like button, subscribe, and comment. Get us through the algorithm. Get us up, recommend it so more people can find us.
On the podcast, make sure you write a review and give us a nice little 5-star review, because that really helps the algorithm, helps grow the show. We need those reviews. You're listening. 5 seconds.
Yeah. Maybe we should do what Philip DeFranco does and threaten to punch them in the face if they don't hit the subscribe button.
I'll freaking do it, man.
Hey, he'll do that for free. He'll kill you for money, but he'll do that for free.
But he'll punch you in the face for free. All right. I've recommended this before. I'm going to recommend it again.
If you're good at something, never do it for free.
I'm going to recommend it again based on a comment from earlier in the show. We had said that in Amazing Spider-Man 2, Rhino was treated as a throwaway character. And
were we wrong?
And if you've always felt that Rhino has never been given his just due, then read Spider-Man: The Darkest Hour. It's a novel by Jim Butcher. It's a Spider-Man book.
Oh, it's Jim Butcher, though. Man.
It is the best characterization of Rhino you will ever read. I guarantee you that. Oh, yes. He actually humanizes him and makes him an interesting character in this book.
Well, it's Jim Butcher. I mean, wow.
So
he's one of the greatest urban fantasy writers of our time right now.
See, you can't
the urban fantasy writer.
You can't see it because it's on the phone.
Well,
that's the cover. So
there's a lot of really, really good urban fantasy writers right now.
Yeah, but he kickstarted the genre. Like, it's his baby.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'm like, we study these writing things, and like every urban fantasy series is essentially a Butcher knockoff.
Yeah, I agree.
To one extent or another, yeah.
Yeah, because it's always like some warlock wizard type, doing, it's very much him.
With all the magic hidden from the plebes and
Right. It's like a lot of people, like that entire genre owes him, and good for, hey, glad that entire genre can spring up on the back of one author and people can make money. But like that's the guy. It's like Stephen King in horror.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, on that note, boys and girls, I think we're going to call it a week. So as always, thanks for listening. Don't let your cape go out the door. Have a good week.